Okay, sorry about that. That was, for some reason, there was a massive crash. But while I was in there, I did get... 9. Oh, there's one here too. So I got 2 here, and I'll wait until I have all of them to read them. But I think I unlocked this door then. Yeah, because I collected 3 audio logs. Okay, but there's still nothing to do, because I can't go anywhere else right now, so... back in. Oh well. Let's go in. Okay. There we go. Okay, and I'm not going to believe the mini-map because not everything is there. But I need to destroy these. And all those things. Hate that thing. Oh. Ammo. Enemies occasionally drop stuff like that. But we're going to get into the hallway spider. It is like the weeping angels from Doctor Who. If you don't look at them, they move. If you don't look at them long enough, they touch you and kill you. But this, I have to... turn off all the candles. It's so much easier when you have all your ammo for your blower. There you go. Hide and seek complete. And I think I saw ammo in here. Now, did I miss anything? Okay, well there's that. And in here I showed you how to do all this, but to take care of these guys... And in here was a tape in that bottom drawer. Oh. That's it. Once you're tagged, you can't move. What? I shot you with that thing. Once you're shot with this, you're not supposed to move. Like that. Apparently they can. What? I killed it, didn't I? Well, I killed enough. I don't need to continue doing that. So, yeah, let's go into the dining room. Where, in the dining room right here, is supposed to be this. Sniper rifle. What does this say? Kill spiders with the rifle. Die. Oh. Well, oh. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay. Shootout. Objective complete. Okay. Compound X. Okay. What? Oh, another audio log. What is this? Oh, the data chip? Great job. You're ready to use data whenever to go back to the Vindicator. I don't know what that is, but oh well. Click Compound X across all dimensions. I don't know. I don't know what that's for. Oh, here's the entry area. Here's the upstairs. A camera that glows, but I don't know what to do with it yet. Memento Mori, lay their souls to rest. What is that? I have to go in there to get... I have to do 20 in there to get that. Access the bedroom and bathroom. Oh, another audio log. Story of Bella and Donna. So, the two left are here are lay them to rest and access the bedroom and bathroom. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yep. What is this? Brew 4 different types of potions? Huh. There's the bedroom. There's the bathroom. Huh. Well, I guess this is the end of this area, maybe? I guess, because I think, yeah. So I need 10 to do the basement, probably to lay their souls to rest, and the other 20 to go up. Oh, it's done. There are dozens. There's more to the score when Kill It With Fire 2 launches on Steam Early Access, dozens of weapons, potions, other gadgets, new and returning spider types, more dimensions to explore and destroy, numerous objectives and challenges to complete, tons of blueprints. I already have you wishlisted. So, yeah. Well, oh, I need to use that. Tales of Artorias Manor.
Sweet Sophia Anne Artois was quite the painter in her day. Her art brought fame and fortune. All her meals were gourmet. So when her husband told her they must move to lands afar, she answered, "You will build a home that's fit for an Artois." The lady and her husband did arrive with their 2 boys. Sophia loved the house, but found its land a counterpoise. The woods were dark and dreary. There were swamps instead of springs. But worst of all were all the wretched, creepy, crawly things. As months went by, the artist felt she lost her inspiration. She cursed her new surroundings as the cause of her stagnation. But then it came, the one to blame, the spider that made her exclaim and strike as she was painting, how she fought to keep from fainting. It was there beneath her paint brush, the spider that Sophia crushed and scraped against her canvas turned to grime. And in her heart she felt a rush that warmed her blood and made her blush. Through wicked teeth she whispered one more time. It said sweet Sophia Anne Artois did lose her mind that day. At least that's what the servants and the local spiders say. She crawled beneath the floorboards, catching spiders every night. Alas, her muse did kill her. Cause of death, a spider bite.
That's the first one. Here's the second one.
Francis's family had a vacant vacation home. It had stood empty since the passing of his mother, Sophia. And it was that emptiness that had lured him back. Like his mother, Francis was a terribly serious artist. He worked with hammer and chisel, marble and stone, and required the utmost focus when he sculpted. And yet, unlike his mother, Francis dared not rely upon such fickle things as feelings and inspiration to move his hand. He simply committed himself to the discipline of his work, and he was very good at it. He was not very good at being a father. When his 3 daughters, Annie, Thisbe, and Penelope, would come to visit, the silence of the manor was shattered by their laughter as they played their favorite game, red light, green light. Francis liked the game better back when it was called statues. These days, he didn't like it at all. He suggested they play a new game. For every cobweb they dusted and spider they squished, he would pay them each 1 nickel. And the girls obeyed. One afternoon, while Francis rested his weary head, the girls spotted a spider in the upstairs hallway. They followed it into their father's studio, where it crawled all the way to the top of a tower in self-sculpture. With nickels dancing in their heads, the trio wheeled a ladder to the statue and climbed until they could climb no higher. From the tallest rung, they reached out their arms with swatters in hand, hoping for a satisfying squish. Just then, their father arose and returned to his studio where, at the sight of his children teetering over his prized work, he let out a terrible shout. It gave the girls such a start that they lost their balance. The ladder wiggled, the sculpture wobbled, and as they all toppled over, Francis leapt with all his might to save his statue. There was, indeed, a satisfying squish.
Well, interesting how he died. I think this is the other son.
Manoir d'Artois was allegedly cursed, was evil through roof, wall, and floor. Nobody would ever dare call it a home, save for that odd duck, Theodore. Young Theo was bold, and his photograph sold at prices quite high, though he cared not for gold. Now, Theo enjoyed being out in the wild where the beasts and the creatures did roar. Art's all about risk, he would say with a smirk, and going to places we shouldn't. I like getting right where the animals live and finding the shots others couldn't. As moccasins bite, as wildebeest fight, I focus my lens, I time it just right. So Theo embarked to the house in the wood where the rest of his family wouldn't. But what nobody other than Theo could know was that all of his pictures were staged. He prodded and pestered and bothered his subjects until they were nice and enraged. He'd poke with a stick, the shutter would click. As simple as that, all trades have a trick. And that was his plan as he walked to the docks with a spear and a chicken he'd caged. Young Theodore felt that he needed a test. He needed to catch something greater. With camera and tripod, he set up his shop, prepared for the swamp's alligator. The water was baited, he sat and he waited. The creature appeared, how he was elated. But just as he ready to strike with his spear, young Theodore spotted a traitor. A spider sat right on the lens. He shoot it away in a hurry, and yet it returned to the very same spot, like it wanted his photograph blurry. The man had enough. It was time to get rough with his back to the swamp Theodore.
Well, it seems like this family is all weirdos.
When Carl heard there was a death in the family, he was overjoyed. He had always gone to great lengths to stay in touch with his relatives, no matter how distant or senile or technically unrelated, because Carl was familiar with the age-old saying, "You can't take it with you." And he was happy to take whatever it was that they couldn't. In this case, it was a house. The last bit of evidence that Carl's family was, at one point, a family of status. They were renowned painters, sculptors, and photographers. Carl bought houses and rented them to short-term tenants. But this one was unlike any he had seen before. Even for an abandoned home, the interior contained an alarming abundance of cobwebs. What bothered Carl more, though, was that this home didn't seem abandoned at all. There were things that didn't quite fit. Dried meats and plants hung about the kitchen, an assortment of jars filled with elixirs. There was even an enormous cauldron resting beside a pair of ancient broomsticks. It was clear to Carl what he was dealing with. Squatters, he bellowed. If there was one thing Carl couldn't stand, it was people who thought they had some sort of right to a roof over their heads. Strangling his cell phone, he dialed a cleaning company, then a moving company, and even mustered enough strength to order a pizza. By the time the sun had set, Carl was ready for a good, undeserved rest. But he would not get it. Not that night or any night to follow. He would wake with a start to the sound of a broken grandfather clock chiming in the darkness, or to what he swore were whispers coming from the walls. Even Carl's waking hours brought him no respite, for no matter how much tidying had been done the day before, every morning brought with it more cobwebs. It was enough to drive a person mad. The last time anyone in town saw Carl, he was at the local hardware store, muttering to himself over tubs of insecticide, bug traps, and other violent delights. And as for the last time we saw him, well, that's a secret the spiders did politely ask us to keep.
It sounds like eventually that manor should be left alone.
The night of the flood, Bella and I gathered all that was precious to us and tore apart our home. It would never have survived the rising waters as a cottage, but as a raft, we hoped it might carry us someplace new. And it did.
The raft turned left and the raft turned right. It carried the both of us through the night. And when the raft had run aground, we couldn't believe what we had found.
What must once have been a private, lavish home now sat covered in moss and chickweed. It looked as though it had always been there, sprouted from the earth like the rest of the forest. And that's how you know you're in the right neck of the woods. Given enough time, a good forest always welcomes you into the family.
We climbed ashore, knocked on the door, when Donna heard scratching beneath the floor. We searched and found, to our surprise, a family of spiders before our eyes.
The spiders welcomed us into their home. The walls were adorned with mouse holes and mold, and the air was thick with the scent of tragedy. It was, in a word, perfect. During those early summer days, we would forage for fungi and weave garments from the spider silk. And in the evenings, we played the piano and sang with the creatures of the night until the night was over.
The spiders here we did befriend. We wished that our time here would never end. So then I sat and I had to think, and I thought of a potion we could drink.
Since drinking Bella's potion, she and I have grown closer than ever before. When we're not crawling on the walls and ceilings, we enjoy returning to our original forms to write about the adventures we've had and the stories we've heard. It's hard to believe the sort of things the spiders here have witnessed, and the plans their kind has for the future sound even more far-fetched. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that you should never underestimate a spider. They have ways of making you regret it.
Should strangers come and find our tale, take heed, the spiders here will prevail. Our time has come to bid adieu, but you're not alone. We're watching you.
That was freaking creepy. But I got another one of this one. This one.
This is Chief Technical Officer Dan Reynolds going on record again with a list of complaints I would like to file against my fellow crew members. You'll find my reports detailed and alphabetically ordered, but allow me to save you some time. My team and I did not go through the trouble of transferring Darwin to the most technologically advanced vessel of all time just so a bunch of dullards could use him to play video games. At this rate, we're going to have to start reallocating Compound X just to keep up with the power demand. What we do here is gravely serious business. It's an interdimensional war against a race of super spiders, for crying out loud.
And that, folks, this is the end of this episode. Well, the finale of Kill It With Fire. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Every little bit helps the channel grow. It's been nice being with you. See you later.